Lots of people are looking at the new year and a new you. For many, that means getting more physically active. Physical therapist Matt Ernst with Oxford Physical Therapy joins us now to talk about getting a physical activity assessment to get active safely. First of all, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know, that you can go and figure out, okay, what can I do? What shouldn't I do? And it's such a good idea because sometimes people, they want to dive into that New Year's resolution and they go too hard, too fast, and they get injured.
That's right. And, at Oxford Physical Therapy, we have over 19 locations here in the tri-state. We're encouraging people to come out, stop by one of our offices and visit with a physical therapist so we can help you get a baseline, figure out where your flexibility is, where your balance is, and help determine what is the safe activities that you can begin in the new year to get more active.
What do you think the biggest mistake is that people make when they start that new workout regimen in the new year?
Yeah, it's a lot of times it's too much too soon.
Yep.
So one of the things that we say is, pace your activity. Start every other day. We have a goal we like to tell our patients, if you can get to 30 minutes 5 times a week, then you can be really healthy. So start every other day, maybe with 10 minutes if you haven't been active. The other thing that we like to educate people about is there's direct access, which means you can come straight to a physical therapist if you are having a pain or an injury or a problem. And I think sometimes people put it off too long. And if you think about the pro athletes out there, they don't wait until it gets too bad.
Right.
They're getting help right away.
Well, and I'm guilty of that myself. You do something, you tweak something, you're like, I'll give it 3 or 4 days to see if it starts feeling better.
Right.
And then 3 or 4 days, maybe it's not feeling so great, or at least not feeling the way it should.
Sure. And if you come in, the biggest thing I think is if you stop the activity, it's hard to resume. So people are very motivated this time of year. So if you do have a hiccup along the way, come in, get some help, and then we can keep you going. We might be able to give you different activities to do or help educate you.
Boy, I agree with that too. Once you get on schedule, you miss for a day. It doesn't matter why you miss for a day. It could be injury or some other reason. It is really hard to get back on that schedule, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. One of the things that happened to me, and I wonder if you've seen this a lot, you'll try to do one of those 60-day workout, jumping up and down. 2 years in a row, I wondered why my back started hurting me in early February. And it was just because I was doing a lot of different exercises that I don't normally do and doing it at a very high intensity level.
Yeah.
And I would imagine you see a lot of people coming in with backs especially.
We do. We see a lot of back injuries, and one of the things we can do with that activity assessment is see what is your underlying core strength like, because you have to have a certain amount to be able to begin some of those higher level things you talk about, like CrossFit or like plyometrics or some of the higher level things. So we want to make sure you have the right fundamentals.
Okay, and then I was joking with you because I saw this in the email we were discussing the interview. So this is the Gigandor water bottle that my wife got me when she said I wasn't drinking enough water, and so I'm chugging about 2 of these a day now, which is a lot of water. But how important is that, if not just drinking the water straight, but maybe substituting water for something else you normally drink? Yeah,
I tell patients take one other drink out a day and substitute water to start. If you can get to 2 of those a day, that's great. But think about the effect on your tissue. We've all seen, like a piece of chicken that sits out overnight and gets dry. It's so brittle. And think about something that's really fresh and moist and just how much more viable that tissue is.
Yeah, great. Well, if people want to find out more information about you guys, what you do, this physical assessment kind of thing, what's the best way to do that?
Just go to oxfordphysicaltherapy.com, find one of our 19 locations, and stop on by.
All right, Matt, pleasure to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Happy New Year to you.
Yeah.
All right, it's almost 20 after 9. We'll be right back.